Hello and welcome to another update video about gold. Gold futures, we see further downside pressure. I showed you in the last videos these trend lines here, and the break of the green trend line was a possible short trade signal for anybody who trades breakouts of trend lines, but it was a pretty reliable trend line, as I mentioned in the last video, because we had several touch points and lots of data to work with. So we had a couple of touch points here back in February, trend line here, and then again another couple of trend lines here and a trend line here. Not trend lines, touch points. So enough touch points to work with really, and that break definitely was a potentially lucrative short trade signal for you guys, anybody who is using that. I mean, that's a decent move here. 1.5% for gold. That's quite decent, you know, especially for futures. But I mean, when trading futures. But again, you know, it depends on how you trade that. The thing is, obviously, we are dealing with a range, right? We're dealing with a range. We have currently no impulsive price action here. So Elliott wave alone isn't really helping us much, because the micro counts and corrections, they tend to morph. What we can determine is, though, if this is an A wave to the upside in the yellow count, which topped in April, and this is a B wave to the downside, then, well, first of all, the B wave could be a triangle. We can still consider that as long as the price holds above the yellow line, 2,285. That will also be the next support. So basically breaking support, breaking trend line, getting to the next structural support level. That's the key level that would keep the triangle idea alive. I haven't actually labeled it as a triangle, but it could be a triangle. So B waves can be triangles, and they would be 5-wave movements. A wave, B wave, C wave. The C wave can be quite a complex correction in a triangle. Then a D wave and an E wave, and then we can break out to the upside. But that's only one idea. The other idea is that we're just dealing with a normal WXY structure. I mean, it's already quite a complex correction. And any break below 2,285 would just mean that the Y wave is likely just developing a little bit lower. And that's not a problem. It doesn't need to go down much lower because the X wave is so high, but this would be next support. Below this level, I've got the next trend line. This is also quite meaningful. We have got a couple of touch points here, end of 2023 and early this year. But then also the Fibonacci support starts there at 2,189. So I think at the moment, the local trend is still down from that May high. But it looks choppy and corrective. We have a lot of overlapping price action. And I think what really matters now in the next few sessions is how the price will react to the yellow support line here. I've just highlighted that as a support line, and the market is currently still holding above it, okay? But it is often the case that in such a WXY structure, that the Y wave has the same length as the B wave. Not always, it's usually a little bit longer, but it can have the same length or be a bit longer. So if we measure the wave W length and then compare that with the length of the Y wave, it gives us a few Fibonacci levels to watch, starting at the 100% extension, which is pretty much very close to that yellow line, 2,290, and then 2,252, and then 2,229. These are the next support levels, and Fibonacci support. Obviously, in addition to that, you've got the structural support. And yeah, let's see how the market will react there. It's possible that this correction finishes in this region, but again, I'd like to see a signal. Earliest signal would be probably a break above this trend line here and the previous swing high, probably this one, yeah, at 2,382. But you know, we haven't got that 5-wave move up yet that I would not normally need to see for a first indication that a C wave rally to the upside in the yellow count has started, yeah? So we have to be a bit patient. These gold and metal rallies, they can, not rallies, corrections, they can really take a long time. Yeah, that should give you all the parameters to watch. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, feel free to check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.